well, welcome to another episode of Can You Connect? And this is Mr.WalkThatWalk. And today's episode, we're going to be going over dating somebody with somatic symptom disorder and anxiety illness disorder and also factitious disorder. So the first one we're going to go over is somatic. And this one in particular, we're going to say this person starts off with one symptom. And this one symptom could be coughing, sneezing, back spasms, headaches. And because they're having this one symptom, this is causing them to go back and forth to either the hospital or doctors because they're freaking out about the symptom they have. They're wondering, they're trying to resolve it and seek help, and they're worrying because they don't, these people are very panicking in a sense because they're panicking about it getting worse and it turning to something else. And due to that, dating somebody who's having this particular disorder, they may have you running back and forth, taking them to the doctors or the hospital to get checked out and to see what's wrong with them. And at a certain point, you have to, if you feel comfortable enough, you would have to maybe tell them no, because that's going to take up a lot of your time. Because when you're at the doctor's office, often enough, or the hospital, it's usually packed with people. So imagine it's packed with people. Y'all going to be there sometimes for most of the day, just waiting to get seen, just waiting to see the doctor. Even if you have an appointment, sometimes it could potentially take long. However, usually this person is most likely not going to have an appointment because they have a symptom and then they're just going in that moment. So most likely they're not going to have an appointment set up. And these are just some of the things to look out for, especially if you're talking to somebody who is going through this. However, with illness, anxiety disorder, this person oftentimes is worrying about getting sick. So this person has no symptom at all, 0 symptoms, but they have heavy anxiety on getting sick. They're heavily worried. So this person, to be honest, you may not even see them. They probably are not dating, not socializing at all because they don't want to get sick at all. They're not going to be outside. This person is probably going to be inside for the most part. This person is either going to be inside, or if they feel comfortable going to the doctors, they will be. This is another person that will be at the doctors often because they're worrying about having something, but they don't have anything at all. But it's that fear, it's that worry. Because imagine this person might be at home, they're researching all the diseases, all the health concerns, all the things, like any inkling, like, oh, my throat's a little scratchy, or oh, I just coughed this one time, like, you don't have whooping cough. You just coughed once. Like, you're okay. You're fine. It's not that big of a deal. But to them, it's a big deal. It's an issue. So this is something to keep in mind as well. If you know somebody that does this, that anxiety is going to keep them going back and forth. If they feel comfortable. If not, they're not going to go to the hospital at all because that's also a place. There's a person that's going to stay home because the doctors is also a place you could worry about getting sick. Why? Because there's a bunch more sick people there, especially if you go to the hospital. You go to the doctors, most likely it's a checkup. Maybe some type of labs or blood work. You're getting stuff done. Hospital, I can see why maybe they want to go. Maybe you'll be at home because sometimes a bunch of sick people there. And the last one is going to be the factitious disorder. This person also doesn't have anything, and they know they don't have anything. The person who has anxiety, they just think they have something because they're just worried. They're overly worried, and they stress out. But the person who is factitious knows they don't have anything, and they're lying about what they're having. So they're coming in faking being sick to get attention from the doctors or the people in the hospital, to the point where they're going to get put on the list and be like, hey, don't see this person. This person's not sick at all. They come here all the time. And guess what? They're not going to get sick. It's like, no. But guess what? They have a family. If you're in a relationship with them, guess what they're going to be taking? They may not take you. They may not get you in there. But they definitely going to, if you have a kid with them, the kid's going to be back and forth. Hey, my kid's this. My kids, no, kids do get sick. But this person's going to exaggerate what they have. It may be something really minor. They're going to exaggerate it just to get that attention. It's almost like a hit. Like, oh, I got to get this attention. I got to get this hit. Either from, I either going to get it myself or I'm going to bring my kids and we going to get it. Together as a team. As a team, we're going to get this attention. So can you imagine how the kid's going to grow up? The kid's going to have the same thing because they're going to have the same thing or they're going to go away from them. Like, I don't want to be involved with that at all. So these are just certain things to keep in mind. And we'll also go over how it makes you think about everybody you see at the doctors in the hospital. Do they really have an issue? Is it really a concern? So imagine you got a bunch of people taking up all this space at the hospital, and some of these people not sick at all. They don't even feel bad. They're not even like irritated or worried. Imagine you got a bunch of people with the factitious disorder. They coming in faking being sick, and you gotta wait long because of them. That's crazy. At least with the person with somatic symptom, they have a symptom. At least with the person with the illness, anxiety, they're just stressing themselves out. And to be honest, if you're stressing yourself out like that with the anxiety, the illness, anxiety disorder, they could end up stressing themselves so out that it causes them to be sick. Because stress often attacks your body at times. That's a lot on your body when you're stressing. So these are just certain things to keep in mind if you ever witnessed it or saw it before, or if you run into somebody that has it. But that will conclude this episode for today. And of course, we're going to be supporting a black-owned restaurant. It's called Heat the Spot. So this one is a spot in DC. Food was real good. They had brunch. It's definitely nice things to check out. So definitely check out their stuff. And, hopefully y'all will like that. And hopefully that'll be something y'all enjoy. And of course, check out the musician who does the intro and outro. The person who does my avatar and myself. I'm a clinical social worker for the state of Maryland. And so I'll handle like individual, families, or couples therapy. So if you're in need of any of that, just send me an email. And everybody's else information will be in the description. And we'll definitely check back in next time. And y'all have a good rest of the night and a good rest of the week.
And our body future's commitment.